Turkey is one of the best parts of Thanksgiving dinner, but it can be really intimidating. I'm gonna share all of our tips and tricks for making sure your bird is so juicy, flavorful, and it's gonna be done in half the time. We're making spatchcock turkey. We're gonna start with some quick prep, and let's get this party started. You'll need to line your roasting pan with some veggies, so we'll start with some quick prep. Slice a large onion into rings, and you can use either a yellow onion or a sweet onion. Now coarsely chop up your celery sticks. There's no need for perfection. I just like to keep it the same thickness as the onion rings. Now slice your carrots into rings, and you don't even have to peel the carrots since they're just going to be roasting in the bottom of the pan. Also, peel and slice your garlic cloves. Again, there's no need for perfection here. These veggies will infuse the turkey drippings with tons of flavor, making sure you have the most delicious turkey gravy. Scatter the veggies into the bottom of a large, deep roasting pan. Keep in mind, a spatchcock turkey has a bigger footprint, so use a large size pan, and I will link to the one I'm using in the recipe notes. Arrange the veggies roughly in a single layer, then pour in half a cup of water. Set that aside, and we're gonna make the most amazing flavored butter. This is the same flavored butter that made our original roast turkey so popular, but I'm gonna show you an even easier way to make it. I used to just put everything into a mixing bowl and then mash it together with a fork, but that did take quite a bit of time to mash in the lemon juice and quite a bit of elbow grease. Using a food processor is so much easier. Into the food processor, add your softened butter, then your coarsely chopped parsley and garlic. Now add your freshly grated lemon zest, and you always want to zest the lemon before you cut it, otherwise it's impossible to zest. Now squeeze in the fresh lemon juice, and I love this citrus squeezer. I will link to it in the recipe notes. You'll also need some extra virgin olive oil and salt and freshly cracked black pepper. Now just secure the lid and pulse that until it's blended and well combined. Once that liquid lemon juice is incorporated into the butter, it's ready. The food processor just makes this step so much faster and easier. I highly recommend it, and I will link to my favorite food processor in the recipe notes. Transfer that incredible flavored butter to a dish and set it aside. To keep my workstation clean while working with the turkey, I like to use a large baking sheet. It's also nice to have gloves. I'm going to assume your turkey is fully thawed and that you've removed the giblets and neck from the inside. You also should have already brined your turkey if you're brining, and I do have a great brine recipe that I will link to in the notes. Start by turning the turkey upside down with the spine facing towards you. Just like with spatchcocking a chicken, we're gonna cut out the spine. You can use either some strong and sturdy kitchen shears or a very sharp knife. Cutting through the spine is probably the hardest part of this recipe, which is also why I commissioned my husband to help me when he's around. Cutting through the thick hip bone can be especially tricky, but keep at it and you will make it through. Once you finish cutting through the first side of the spine, continue cutting on the other side to completely remove the spine. Sometimes I'll use my heavy-duty chef knife to help me get through the trickier spots. My best advice is to go slow and be careful. Keep those hands safe. And it's perfectly normal to feel very accomplished when you get that out. You can also go ahead and cut off and remove the tail if it's there. To help you break the breastbone later and flatten the turkey, use a large chef knife to cut a slit in the top of the breastbone. Now push the two sides down to help break that breastbone. You should hear a good crack. If you didn't brine your turkey, you'll want to go ahead and season the bottom of the bird with salt and pepper. If you did brine, you can skip that step. Now flip the turkey over and push down over the center of the breastbone to flatten it even more. To stuff the turkey with the flavored butter, we're gonna need to separate the skin from the meat. So push your hand in under the skin to create a pocket of space. I like to go in from the bottom and top of the turkey to make sure that butter gets evenly distributed later. You're gonna use 2/3 of the butter at this step, stuffing it under the skin. I like to stuff some of it in from the top and some of it in from the bottom, then just massage it around to evenly distribute it. I do keep most of that butter concentrated over the turkey breast to ensure a tender and flavorful turkey breast. Once you've stuffed that butter in, you're gonna transfer that turkey to your prepared roasting pan. You'll want to arrange the turkey flat in the roasting pan, keeping the thighs turned inwards, and tuck the wings behind the bird to keep them from scorching. If you have space in the roasting pan, you can also add the neck and the spine, which you can later use to make turkey bone broth, and your turkey drippings will taste even better. Next, melt the remaining 1/3 of your flavored butter and brush that over the top of the turkey. Brush evenly over every part of the turkey. Also, I love a crisp and salty skin, so I do like to sprinkle on a little bit more salt and pepper at the end. The best way to ensure a perfectly cooked turkey is to use a thermometer. I love using an in-oven thermometer, and I put it in the deepest portion of the thigh and the breast. Start baking your turkey in a fully preheated oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. The higher temperature will help get the browning started. Then, without opening the door, reduce the heat down to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and roast for another 1 hour or until the thigh meat registers at 165 degrees Fahrenheit. The timing will depend on the size of your turkey, so a thermometer is highly recommended here. I also like to triple check with an instant read meat thermometer to make sure every part of the turkey has reached at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit. This next part is critical for a juicy turkey. Once it comes out of the oven, tent with foil and let it rest for at least 30 minutes before carving it up. If you have heat-proof gloves, that is the easiest way to transfer a turkey without using spatulas. If you're going to use the pan drippings to make the best turkey gravy, which you will find a link to the recipe in the notes, you can also transfer the turkey to a serving platter and let it rest tented on the platter while you make your gravy. If you're serving this for Thanksgiving, you'll definitely want to decorate your serving platter with a variety of seasonal fruits. You can play with different colors, flavors, and sizes of fruit to make it really festive. Also, using fresh greens like parsley, rosemary, or even kale leaves helps to fill in those empty spaces and make the platter really beautiful. Oh my goodness. All right, it has rested, it is decorated, and I just cannot wait to dive into this. My whole house smells like Thanksgiving. Turkey used to be my nemesis. I'm telling you, the first time I made it, I failed miserably because I didn't use a thermometer, and so it was way undercooked and very sad, and I gave up on turkey for like 3 years after that. And then I finally conquered it again, and this is just like next level. Spatchcocking a turkey is, I mean, it literally cooks twice as fast, and it's so juicy and delicious, and yeah, we're gonna dive right into this because I cannot wait any longer. I'm totally craving turkey. And check out the juiciness here. I'm gonna show you. You can carve it up pretty much the same way as a regular turkey, but take a look inside. Look at that. Look at that juiciness. Yummy, yummy. And because I brined this ahead of time, there's a lot of flavor all the way through the meat. It's delicious. All right. And I personally like the dark meat and the white meat. I think I have a little preference for the dark meat because I love how like it dries out a little bit on top, and it just, I don't know, it has more flavor to me. So my taste test is gonna be the giant drumstick. Okay, so I'm gonna go right for that. And I'm telling you guys, the skin on this is marvelous. So good. I love how it browns beautifully in the oven. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. Just gonna have a moment. Me and my turkey. The flavor all the way through the meat, it's delicious. Wow. And then that garlic butter on top with a little bit of parsley, a little bit of lemon is so nice. Honestly, it makes the skin taste amazing, makes the meat taste amazing, and it gives a lot of flavor to this turkey breast, which, you know, we might as well try both things, you know, while we're here. Oh, here we go. Oh boy. One of my favorite ways to serve turkey, well, there's two things that I feel like you have to have with any turkey. First of all, cranberry sauce. Second of all, turkey gravy. So make sure you do not get rid of the pan drippings. It makes for the most incredible gravy. I call this liquid gold. It is awesome. I do have an amazing recipe for turkey gravy. I will leave a link in the notes. Also have the best recipe for cranberry sauce that we make every year for Thanksgiving. I hope this becomes a new go-to way to make a turkey. Spatchcocking or butterflying the turkey cooks it way faster and it tastes amazing. Enjoy and happy Thanksgiving. Oh, also, if you need more holiday inspiration, we have tons of new recipes in our new cookbook. that are perfect for Thanksgiving. Lots of fun sides and salads and main courses. I will leave a link to this in the notes. Also, it's a 3-week so far, a New York Times best-selling cookbook. So get your hands on it if you haven't already. Plus, let me know where you guys spotted Sharky. And if you have any more recipe requests, I would love to hear from you. See ya. Ooh, get back here. Get back here. Oh my gosh. I'm a happy girl.